What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? It's your boy Unkasa. You tuning in for episode 16 of Unkasa True Hip Hop Stories. I am Unkasa. Thank y'all for your subscriptions. Thank you for your likes, your comments. Shout out to all the blog sites that have been sharing my platform. Shout out to OnSmash.com for the write-up. I really appreciate the love and the feedback I'm getting. Um, Shout out to Sunny Packs. They sponsored the flavors for today's show. Thank you. I'm about to smoke on some of this sherbet breath. Go look into my dudes at Sunny Packs. Before we start off today's show, it's 9/11, so we all know what today is. So before we start the show, if I would like to start the show off with a moment of silence. Bismillah. Rest in peace to all the fallen people that died in the tragic 9/11 attacks on New York City. Let's get into it. Everybody been asking me, requesting. Everybody been hitting me in the DM, be like, yo, I know you got a HUDDY6 story. Bring yourself. Of course I do. That was my Conrad. So y'all know the routine. Roll up. For the ones that got their blunts rolled up already, light up. We gonna get them a little seconds. We gonna get them a little Jeopardy music. Dun, 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 dun. That's enough time. Let's get it on. So around 1998, I met HUD. I met HUD through my mutual friends, the Teamsters. Shout out to Bugsy and Gritty. At this time, Mace had just jumped off his all-out imprint through Jermaine Dupri, So Def. So Mace basically recruited all the hottest rappers from Harlem at the time, which was Loon, the Teamsters, Mino. Shout out to my brother Mino, Sugar J, Cardin, and Stacy and Blanky Blank. So they was running around Harlem, you know what I'm saying? HUD was like Mace's hype man at the time, like his roadie. And when I first met him, he was just a cool nigga. Always had his hat Ace Deuce. Always had a good vibe about him. And one day I was with the Teamsters, and they was like, yo, come with us, we're gonna meet HUD. I'm like, all right, bet, where we going? They was like, yo, we going to Hazmat. If you was an upcoming rapper in the 90s, late 90s, you know who Hazmat is. Shout out to Hazmat. I don't know where Hazmat at, but shout out to Hazmat. This was a studio that everybody that was hot was going to, along with Vacant Lot. You know what I'm saying? Those was like the two hottest studios you can go to in Harlem at the time. Shout out to Dame Grease. So we go to Hazmat crib, and mind you, I don't think HUD know I rhyme. And my man Gritty said, yo, spit some shit for HUD, kick some shit for HUD. I spit some shit for HUD. He went crazy. He was like, yo, Murder heard this nigga? They was like, yeah, nah, Murder heard him. He know Murder. He knew Murder for a long time. I knew Mace since we was little kids. Because his Uncle David and his Aunt Lanya lived in my building, 230 West 135th between 7th and 8th. So I grew up with Mace and his sister Stacy and his cousins and whatever, his brother Mike. So I round for HUD, and HUD was like, yo, man, keep bringing this nigga around. We gonna be using this nigga to sick niggas on. He was like, word, my boy, he battling shit. And at the time, I was going by the name A Wilder. I wasn't even going by the name Unkasa. So not long after I got acquainted with HUD, Mace got on the radio and said he was retiring from rap. Said he ain't want to do no rap no more. He ain't want to run no company. He ain't want to do nothing in the music business. And that was actually around the time Big got killed. So it was understandable. You know, Mace was going through his little back and forth with beefs in Harlem with whoever he was having beef with. So Mace made his departure. When Mace made his departure, that left a lot of good artists on the market and stagnant and stranded because Now they don't really got nowhere to go. HUD was one of them. Maybe a year go past. HUD comes to 145th Taliban land between Amsterdam and Broadway to come check my man Kiani. I'm in the back of the truck rolling up, and I just hear that voice. And I lift up, I'm like, oh shit, it's HUD. So I roll down the window, so he's like, oh shit, hey Wilder, yo, what's up? I'm like, yo, what's good, HUD? He was like, yo, I ain't seen you in like a year or so, man. Since that nigga Mace left, you know, shit got a little fucked up. I said, I already know, B, how you been? He said, yo, I'm still grinding. You know me, still on the grind. So I'm like, yo, that's what's up. He said, I'm coming over here to get some of these phones from Kiani. Because at the time, my man Key was selling burnout phones. He was on his, I got the hookup black and blue shit. So that's how me and HUD got reacquainted after the All Out days. So now HUD coming to the van, to the truck every day, buying phones to sell. Key might hit him off with some phones on consignment, bring the money back. And it was just like, HUD started hanging out with us every day. Me and HUD start to build a bigger rapport, getting cooler and cooler and cooler. And one day him and Kiani get into an argument over some phones, and Key told him, yo, I'm not, go somewhere else and find somebody else to hook up your phones. I ain't hooking up shit for you. Something, they went through it over some phones. So, you know, HUD walked off or whatever. Key was like, yeah, I'm tired of niggas trying to get over or whatever. This is my connection. If niggas don't like how I'm giving it out, y'all can step. So basically, you know, no hard feelings. HUD just, you know, just stepped off. You know what I'm saying? I might have seen HUD a week later, with his son driving up the hill, and he was like, where you going? I was like, man, he was like, yo, hop in real quick. He had his son in the backseat. He was like, man, yo, I got niggas, you don't know how nobody I can hook up them phones like Kiani. I was like, yo, Key taught me how to hook up the phones. He looked at me like, you know how to do that shit? I was like, yeah. He said, how you gonna get it? I said, I got the dealer's code, I got everything. All niggas need is some proes. He was like, I got proes. I bet. We went to Fordham Road, I think Fordham or Southern Boulevard, to this little phone store, and we bought Wild Harmony Point phones. At first, we would go to my man Young Six. Shout out to Young Six. We used to go to his apartment in the Bronx, in the projects, and hook up the phones. When that got like a little too hot, we started to go over to HUD's uncle house, Uncle Shorty, God bless his soul. So now I'm hanging with HUD every day. I'm hooking up the phone. So now I'm making money too. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't really making money off the phones before, besides the little PC I get for running key customers. But that's, like I said, that's how me and HUD built our rapport. I started hooking up phones for him. Now me and HUD is chilling every day. Every day we chilling, going to buy phones, smoking weed together, chilling. He taking me up to his little meetings. He still people still know HUD and respect him, so he's taking me everywhere when I'm meeting different guys, ladies, everybody. I mean everybody through HUD. So we started to sell phones to industry niggas. And sometimes we used to have a problem because some of the phones used to cut off before the time we promised and all that, because that was due to hooking too many phones up on one account. So we went through a little problems with that. After that, we had customers like Clue, different industry guys buying phones from us. HUD was a heavy gambler. He's the first person that ever took me to a gambling spot, ever. Took me to a gambling spot. I never forget where it was at, on 136 between 7th and Lenox, right across the street from Harlem Hospital. When you walk in, they got the mad card tables. In the back, they got the gambling table. HUD was a lucky motherfucker on them dice. He also lost too, but he was a lucky motherfucker on them dice. So one day, HUD introduced me to Sugar J in the gambling spot. They you know, shaking it up, winning money or whatever. I think Sugar J lost some money, and HUD was like, yo, that was all the money you had on? He said, yeah, I can go home and get some money. But he was like, nah, HUD broke him off with whatever he lost, and Sugar J broke out. Next time I seen Sugar J, he had the Benz truck. He hopped out, on the Dapper Dan Louis Vuitton snorkel, some mean shit. So that's how I really got cool with Sugar J. We used to go to Sugar J. Cardi used to stay with Cardi used to stay with Sugar J. So we used to go see Cardi up in Sugar J crib. One day a fire broke out in Sugar J building. We almost get trapped up in a fire. Me, HUD, Cardi, and little HUD. He was probably about 5 or 6 at the time. He still remember that shit to this day too. So like I said, me and HUD, we running around selling phones. The profile game got dried up. We couldn't get no info, to hook up the phones. So we hitting the gambling spot every day, trying to try our luck on the dice. We win, we lose, we win, we lose. We ran into some guy with some profiles. We start getting the phones popping. Now, one day we going to get the phones, and I think we coming back to Harlem. And if y'all know the Bronx, we was coming back to Harlem, about to jump on a highway over there by where it's BBQs now, but it used to be Jimmy's Bronx Jimmy's Cafe, where they used to throw fighting full parties and all that stuff at. So we hopping on the highway. Kiss is getting off the highway. This is when Kiss had the burgundy cranberry X5 truck. We like at the light, he coming. You can see Kiss, he gleaming. You can see the rollie through the window. He out like Iceberg. He had a few broads with him. He Kiss was that nigga at the time. He living his life. He just coming through in the X, bumping some shit loud, coming through. So I was like, oh shit, that was Kiss. He was like, word, that was Kiss, huh? I don't know what came over HUD. HUD just started tearing. He was like, man, this something gotta give. Word. We selling these fucking bum ass phones. This nigga Kiss got wild bitches, wild icy in the X5. And I'm nigga Mace left us like a suck ass nigga in the hood. Like something gotta give. I'm like, yo, bro, don't worry about it. You gonna get back to where you need to be, bro. Don't even sweat it. He was like, nah, B, you see how good this nigga fucking Kiss looking, B? This is how niggas supposed to be. This is how we supposed to be sitting. That nigga Mace left us with nothing. So I'm just like, damn. He was like, he wiped his tears with his coat. He started laughing. He was like, fuck it, we got these phones though. We got these phones for cheap. So he was just laughing and shit. I was like, yeah, don't let that. I said, I know how you feel, man. I can understand where you coming from, being at the top of your game, and then the nigga that you running with just quit, and it's like, what the fuck you gonna do? So, we go to Uncle Shorty house, hook up some phones. It's around Christmas time. HUD tells me, he's like, yo, bro, the little usually $40 I give you per phone, I can't really give it to you right now. I need all this money for the kids' Christmas shopping. And he was like, yo, damn, I feel bad because I can't really give you. And I said, yo, bro, don't even trip. We real friends. Our friendship ain't built on no fucking money. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, yo, I respect that, my nigga. And tears dripped down his face. I can tell he was just stressing at the time. Like, this is fresh. Mace had just like really left. So I'm like, yo, bro, you gotta stop stressing and stop worrying about the things you can't control and worry about the things you can control. So it's like, yo, you right, you're a smart little young nigga. So I was like, yo, bro, man, I just observe and listen. So we hook up the phones again, go sell them. Next day, we go meet up with Mino to go Christmas shopping for the kids. I go Christmas shopping for my little brother and my nephew. They was babies at the time. And we just basically still hustling, you know what I'm saying? Trying to make something pop. Still in the studio, you know what I'm saying? He still had his connections. And like that Christmas passed. It was going on New Year's. So We had a hotel room at the Newton Inn. I know HUD woke me up like 6 in the morning. Was like, yo, get up. I was like, yo, ain't no checkout time till 1. We got a late checkout. He was like, I know, we going to Atlanta. I'm like, Atlanta? I don't even got no ID, no change of clothes. And he said, don't worry about that. We going to get this money. I got a meeting with my niggas from BMF. Like now, this is 1999, going to 2000, maybe 2000 already. And that's the first time I ever heard the initials BMF. So he said, yo, I'm going to meet my nigga down there from BMF, such and such. I'm gonna see if he wanna invest in this all out shit. I was like, I thought all out was Mace shit. He's like, yo, Mace gave me all the paperwork. I got all the paperwork for that shit. So I'm gonna try to reboot this shit. So I'm like, I bet. Like I said, no luggage, no motherfucking ID. How HUD got me on that plane, I still don't know to this day. I know I had a plane ticket and we went to Atlanta. We flew to Atlanta. No longer than we got there, he had got a call that Loon had got locked up for smacking the shit out of a waiter at Justin's. So we get to the hotel. He was like, yo, this nigga Loon locked up. I'm like, get the fuck out. He said, yeah, this nigga just got bailed out or whatever. I'm gonna go pick him up and bring him back to the hotel to chill and shit. So I'm like, bet. So Loon come to the hotel. And we chopping it up, spitting rhymes and all that. We talking about the all out days. All out days wasn't that long ago, but it was like probably a year or something. So we just chopping it up, kicking it, smoking weed, eating food or whatever. And they had broke out. HUD said, yo, I'll be back, HUD came, when he came back like an hour, maybe 2 hours later, he had some bad joint with us. Bad joint for us. Some joints. He sat us out with the females. Like, I'm like, damn, this nigga been touring with Mace. He still got bitches everywhere. So he had brung some drinks to the hotel. We did whatever, and you know, he sent them on their way. That next morning, we flew back to New York. We get this is when I was living on the hill, so I'm about to get out the car and give him a pound. I'm like, yo, what we doing tomorrow? He was like, you moving too fast. Where you going? Did you get any money in 10? I said, nah, what are you talking about? He was like, man, I went down there to go get some money, man. HUD took out a stack and gave it to me. It's like, yo, 500 for your pocket, 5 to buy you some phones. I'm like, yo, good luck. And he said, yo, tomorrow, regular scheduled programming, we back. I got some pros. We going to hook up these phones. So, like I said, me and HUD was hooking up these phones until we stopped fucking with it. You know what I'm saying? And after that, HUD had his computer hustle where he was getting computers, but the only thing that he didn't have was addresses to send them to. So I think he was sending computers to Mikey House in the Bronx. And by that time, we built a relationship so big, he built a relationship with my mom's, because my mom's was married to my step-pops, Dougie Lime, and Dougie Lime was like his big brother and shit. So it was just like one big family. So one day my mom's heard me and her talking about it, and she was like, yo, I don't want y'all to get in no trouble. I don't want y'all to be doing nothing crazy, but if you need an address to send the computers to, send them here. So HUD might have did that 2 or 3 times, broke me and my mom's off, and like I said, HUD was always thinking of ways to get money, had his ins and outs of getting money. Probably after a few months, I wasn't seeing HUD regularly like I would normally do. I would only bump into him at his little brother house, Young Six, or in the streets, or a club, because, you know, he's the mayor of Harlem. Next time I seen HUD, he was with Zab Judah and going to buy some rosé or whatever. He was like, yo, what's going on, man? You got to call me, man. It's the same thing. Yo, you know my phone still hooked up? I said, yo, mine's too. He's like, yo, whatever profile we had, man, that shit was fire. Because that my phone's still on. This is probably like a year or two later, some shit like that. So I see him. I get reacquainted with HUD again through Young Six. I'm seeing him, and it's just through parties now. Just through parties and just chilling. You know what I'm saying? And he used to be running with Cam, and this is around the time where I'm starting to mess around with the dips and all that. So like I said, it was one big family. HUD was the first person to introduce me to Duke the God too. So now I'm seeing HUD just by like passing and stuff like that. HUD hosting the parties, throwing the parties, got the gambling spot. You know, HUD doing them. He finally just doing what he like to do. So it was in October 2010. Sleep from an all-nighter in the studio. And I think it's me and my nigga Nero, we in the studio. My man Johnny G. Adrian, rest in peace. We all in the studio in a studio room, sleep with the door closed. All morning I'm hearing my phone ring. So it's like on the board, charging up in the charger. So I'm like, I finally get up and I just see mad missed calls from my man Charlie Black. Shout out to Charlie Black, my nigga Garley. And I calls him back, and when he pick up, he kind of got like tears in his voice. And I'm like, yo, Black, you good? What's going on? He was like, yo, go look at Twitter. They saying HUD died. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. You serious? He said, yeah, man. It's not looking good, go. So I'm like, all right, let me call you back, Black. So I go looked at my Twitter. My whole timeline flooded. Rest in peace, HUD. Rest in peace, crying faces. Rest in peace, HUD. Rest in peace, HUD. So now I'm starting to shake. I'm like, nah, this can't be true. First thing I do, I call Young Six. Young Six not picking up. Young Six, I don't give a fuck what he doing. If he fucking a bitch, he's gonna pick up my call. What up, bro? Yeah, I'm fucking a bitch. I'll call you right back. He ain't pick up my phone. I know something was wrong. I called Black back. He was like, yeah, man. HUD fell asleep behind the wheel on the George Washington Bridge. He had a couple of other people in there with him too. I'm like, word? They was like, well, HUD the only one I think died. So I'm like, get the fuck out of here. So I run out the studio outside. I sit like lean up against Joel's Bentley, and he come out the studio and like, yo, bro, you good? I knew HUD was your man and shit. I'm like, yeah, man. So I was like, yo, call Killer and see if he all right, because you know that's his bro. I think Joel's called Killer. Killer was fucked up. I don't even think Killer picked up. So now, after that, I call Mino. And I'm like, yo, Mino, yo, tell me this ain't true. Tell me this ain't true. He like, yeah, Casa. Like, you can hear the tears on the way. He's like, yeah, Casa. I'm like, please. I start crying. I'm like, please, bro, don't tell me this. Don't tell me this. Don't tell me this. He's like, yo, don't do this to me, Casa. Come on, Casa. Don't do this to me. Come on, Casa. Don't do this to me, bro. Don't do this. Stay strong. Come on. And he broke down on the phone. Mino lost it. He lost it on the phone. I lost it. Hung up the phone. I walked to the store, go get a Dutch at the stop one. I had some beats that I've been working on for a minute. My man Steve was there. I'm like, yo, man. Yo, I'm about to do a dedication of HUD. He was like, you can do that right now? I was like, well, I'm doing that shit right now. HUD ain't been dead 6 hours. I'm already in the thinking about my nigga writing. That shit wrote itself. Smoke went in there, cried in the booth, all that. Had to do that rhyme over like 10 times. Came out the booth, listened to it. Steve did his little rough mix or whatever. I left the studio and I called my tattoo artist Sonic. Shout out to Sonic. And he was like, what's good, baby? You know, he a little kid from Spain. He be like, what's going on, Papi? You good? You good, Casa? What's good, baby? I said, nah, I'm not good. One of my best friends died. Died on the door. He was like, word, the guy that had the bridge stopped up for 6 hours on the bridge, that was your friend? I was like, yeah. HUD had the George Washington traffic jam-packed for 6 hours until they moved the car he was in. So I said, yo, I got a pick. I need you to do this tat. He was like, okay, baby, just pull up. You ain't even got to pay nothing. I got you. So I go to Sonic House. I tell Sonic to play some music. I think he played It's So Hard to Say Goodbye and like Gangsta Lean and shit like that. And then he started the tat. I swear I did not feel nothing when I got this tat. This the tat of HUDDY6 I got that same day he passed away. Rest in peace, HUDDY6. And I'm just laying there listening to the music, smoking, crying, laughing, thinking about all HUD fucking jokes. How he used to call me, you old suck ass nigga, old stink ass feet nigga, and just joke on me and shit while we in the hotel. You always want to smoke all the bombers, and he just used to tell me old stories, tour stories about going on tour with Mason, being around Big and all types of fly shit. And those are the memories that's just gathering in my head. So it kind of eased the pain on the tattoo and on my soul. So I got the tattoo done. That next day, I called my man Tobe and my man Nick Hayes. Shout out to Nick Hayes and Tobe Cobain. I said, yo, y'all going to the studio? He said, yeah. I said, yo, Nick, you got your camera? He said, you know, I don't leave nowhere home without it. Nowhere without it. So I said, yo, I'm going to shoot a video for that, for the verse I did for her by the George Washington Bridge, by the bus depot while we get on the bus. He was like, yo, bet, that's going to be fire. I'm going to edit it up. We going to put that shit up in no time. And that's what we did. We shot a scene like right on the George Washington Bridge. And we shot a scene on the bus and was pulling clips from the internet with HUD, and then I actually got the accident footage on the video. So after this, y'all can go watch YouTube Rest in Peace HUD video by Unkasa. Go check that out. That was like a fucked up time for me. A few days went past. I went to go see Mino. Mino did a record and a video for HUD. I was featured in that too. Mino talk about the conversation we had too on the song, so y'all can go check that out. I'm just sad. I'm heartbroken. I lost my friend, a nigga that I lost and did so many things within a small amount of time. So I'm really heartbroken. So the day of his funeral was like walking distance from my mom's house. So I walked up there. When I first walked up there, it was just people getting out there. I walked into the funeral home and HUD laying there in a burgundy cardigan with the H6 patches on it. Guys like Sugar J, Dre Degga, and Young Six got the same sweater HUD got on, but in black with the H6 on it. And I'm just looking at her. As soon as I see HUD, it's like he had a smile on his face. Like he ain't look like he been in an accident or nothing. So it was like I broke down, but then it was times that I started laughing because I'm just thinking of funny niggas looked at my man Sleep as Harlem looked at me. It's like you thinking of some funny shit about HUD, right? I'm like, word, bro. This shit is crazy. Kiss walked in, Kiss broke down. And that's when I knew like HUD meant a lot to a nigga. I like my head was down like the whole time. When I lift my head up, it was packed in there. You couldn't even move. They were so big, so packed. They had to move it to with a funeral where the actual eulogy was gonna be read on her 16th. So we all there grieving with HUD, and it was time for them to transfer the body to the Horse and Carriage. When we walked outside of that church, it was more than 700, 800 people outside. Then you just seen crowds of more people walking from 145th, from up the hill, down the hill, downtown. You start to see like it was a fucking sea of people. They put HUD in the horse and carriage. Everybody clapping it up, putting HUD in there. Now it's time to transfer HUD body to the next funeral home. All 5 boroughs was out. Niggas stopped the fucking street traffic. Niggas turned HUD last motorcade through Harlem. His last ride through Harlem into a fucking parade from 141st to 116th. Niggas start getting light, chanting, singing, laughing, dancing, playing HUD verses up loud. Yo, this funeral, this shit was like Biggie shit. Y'all seen Biggie shit on the news and all that? Or Martin Luther King or John F. Kennedy? It was no different for HUD. It was no different for HUD. All walks of life, kids, elders, celebrities, ball players, politicians, drug dealers, killers, gangsters. Every gender was out there for HUDD6. We walked from 141st and St. Nick to 116th and 7th. By the time we get to that, people's damn near fighting to get in there to get a seat to see HUD for the last time. It's niggas in the front of the funeral home like a club. They even got the velvet rope out there to keep people away. So it's niggas out there in front of the funeral HUD like, yo, HUD, get us in, HUD. Get us in one last time, club. HUD, just like you used to do for the club. Come on, HUD, get us in here, HUD. Come on, HUD. The man cracked that door. People rushed in there and packed it up into again. I couldn't even get in. My mom's, it was me, Jim Jones, my mom, Santana, Lady L's. We still couldn't get in. We was like, yo, we seen him, his body at the first funeral home. It's cool. So they had the little speaker playing the eulogy or whatever. And we outside until the service was over. We listened to the little thing on the speakers and whatever. And her funeral was so packed. It was man, it was 500 to 1,000 people that couldn't even get in. That was outside, that was just up there. HUD t-shirts, HUD band, everything, anything you can name and put somebody's face or picture on their hat for HUD. So you can hear the cheers all loud because I heard they played Mino told me they played a video of HUD doing the LB and shit, getting busy and doing his shit. And Mino said, yo, that's all I knew my man was in heaven after that. So, after that, everybody kind of dispersed, went back to Touch Your D's. Any place that had a little overpass after the funeral, get food and drinks or whatever, and the streets was just flooded. Like her funeral was not no sad occasion at all. We was sad. Everybody was sad, but it was a happy. It was like we were celebrating HUD's life. That man had that white carriage. That's the first time I ever seen somebody in a horse and carriage besides some presidential shit. So that's the story about my man HUDD6, man. And I knew HUDD6. You know her, a guy like HUDD6 was special because when Allen Iverson was getting inducted at the Hall of Fame, he shouted out HUDD6. So, like I said, for all the people that was asking for a HUDD6 story, I try to give you the best in-depth stories to try to paint what type of picture he was. Ace Deuce fitted for him. HUD had a heart of gold, funny, a nigga that just had the gift of God, man, and I miss him dearly, man. You here on my chest until I go, man. I'm gonna mourn you till I join you. I love you, HUDD6. Shout out to the Hudson family. Rest in peace to Mama E. Shout out to Sharice. Shout out to Lil HUD, all his kids, Young Six. This episode was for y'all. And until next time, roll something, smoke something, like something, share something. Y'all know the slogan, man. And I hope y'all enjoyed this. It's 9/11. Rest in peace to all the fallen soldiers and firemen and policemen that died up in there. And I just want to bring y'all this good episode for the day. So until next time, roll something, like something, smoke some, share something. It's your boy Unkasa, and this is the HUDDY6 edition, episode 16 of Unkasa True Hip Hop Stories. And I'm out. H-Dub to the death.